Hey everybody, welcome back. I am Tiffany with Voices for Independence, Fitness and Activities, and I am here sharing yet another recipe with you. We have started our series of cooking across America as I bring you recipes from all the states across North America. Tonight, I have another recipe for you, but before I get started, this has nothing to do with the recipe, but just an observation. I made one earlier in one of my lives earlier today, but as I'm setting up here to show you this demonstration, I noticed that if you've watched me before from my stove top, I have some windows over here to my right-hand side, and I've always had to put up like a piece of cardboard or something. I don't have blinds on them, so I had to put something to block the light. It is another sad reminder that the summer is coming to an end and the days are getting shorter because I did not have to put up that sunblock today, unfortunately. So today's just been full of those little end of summer disappointments for me, from seeing that Dunkin' Donuts has its pumpkin spice out again, to the sun being lower in the sky, and it's only 5 p.m. here in Erie, Pennsylvania. So being a lover of the summertime, it's two sad things in one day. But sorry, I had to share that with you. But on a positive note, I'm bringing another delicious recipe from another state. Tonight, we are going to be doing Kansas. We're traveling to the middle of the country, and I'm going to share one of the most popular recipes from there. Kansas, although it's known for many things, it is ultimately known for its barbecue sauce. Yes, Kansas City barbecue. It has a very rich history, and I'm going to share a little bit with that with you as well. As I've been doing these cooking across the country segments, I'm realizing that there's more than just the food that's important. There's a lot of great history and culture that's involved, and it kind of ties us all together. So food has a real connective property to it as well. So I have some notes just so I don't misquote anything, but I was looking up the history of the barbecue, and it says that barbecue has a lot of influences from the African and Spanish cultures. So that's where it originated from. We see it originating back in Africa and Spain, and it actually plays a pivotal part in the development and the growth for the early Black-owned businesses and Black entrepreneurship in Kansas. A lot of the first barbecue restaurants are owned by the African Americans. There were the free slaves that moved to Central America. So this is very rich in history, and it's as important to the African American culture in Kansas as is the blues and jazz. So it's rich in history and culture, and I'm going to share one of the basic Kansas City barbecue recipes with you now. Please don't get the wrong impression that this is the ultimate Kansas City barbecue recipe, because if you know anything about barbecue, the pit masters are very specific and think theirs is the best and have the best recipe. So I am no pit master. I have never made my own barbecue sauce before, but this is a great start to some of the traditional ingredients that are in great Kansas City barbecue sauce. So we're starting at our stovetop, and I have a half of yellow onion here, which I am cooking down just to transluce it. We do not want to caramelize it. We just want to cook it down. I also added a half a tablespoon of olive oil in here for that onion, and also a half a tablespoon of garlic. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to continue adding what is next, and we are going to add our ketchup. There's ketchup as a base, and we're adding 1 cup of ketchup, and we're also going to add 1 cup of tomato puree. So you can use your favorite brand of ketchup. It didn't really say any specifics on ketchup. I know Rick Hoffman, one of the employees at the North office at Voices for Independence, has a very specific ketchup he likes. He is a connoisseur of ketchups and eats it on everything. So if you need some advice about which ketchup to pick, look up Rick Hoffman. I'm just using a regular ketchup from the grocery store, a standard ketchup, a little generic brand. We're also going to add 1 cup of tomato puree. I just bought it in a can. That's what it says in the recipe, of course. Feel free to make your own tomato puree if you so desire. That will make you a true, authentic barbecue pit master. So once we add in the ketchup and the tomato puree, we are going to add a 1/4 cup of either molasses or honey. I have some honey here, so I'm going to put that in. This is obviously going to be a sweet barbecue sauce. Kansas City is known for its sweet sauce. So again, it's a 1/4 cup of honey or molasses. And we're going to mix this into as it's starting to simmer. The simmering and the cooking of your barbecue sauce is of utmost importance, I am told, as I researched the detailed instructions on making barbecue sauce. And we're also going to add that bit of tang where we're going to add some of our apple cider vinegar. We're just going to add a 1/4 cup of that as well. So we have our sweet and our tang going into our barbecue sauce. And then we're also going to add a little bit, about 1/8 cup of brown sugar. All good sauces, whether it be tomato or barbecue, need a little bit of sugar to take that bite or that acidic taste out of the tomato. So we're going to add just a 1/4 cup, or pardon me, 1/8 cup of brown sugar. So I'm just going to get a little bit out of here. We're going to put that right in as well. And then you'll just add your seasonings. They say you could add salt and pepper to taste. This is where you can add a little bit of that cayenne if you want your barbecue to have a bit of a kick as well. I just don't have cayenne in the house, so that's not something I'll be adding. But again, feel free to add it. And these are the basic ingredients in a homemade Kansas City barbecue sauce. So once we added a little bit of salt and pepper, we're going to continue to simmer this down, and we're going to let it cook down a little bit. I'm going to kick up the heat as we're incorporating it all together. And then what you can do, I will show you, is we are going to then, if you have an emulsion blender, which looks like this, I've used it before on our previous demonstration I did. This is a great kitchen appliance to have if you like making soups and sauces. What this does, there's a blade in here, and it is going to puree whatever is in your sauce. So we have those chunks of garlic and we have those chunks of onion. So we want to puree those to make this a nice smooth sauce, barbecue sauce. So all I'm going to do, you're going to set it straight down in your pan. There is a stopper on it, so the blade is not going to hit the bottom of your pan. It will not nick or cut or scrape your pan, so it's safe to use in any type of dish you have. So I'm just going to turn it on. Ooh, it's splashing a little bit. We'll run it a little lower. And as you go around, you want to make sure it's deep enough to cover those air holes, because that's what it's doing, is drawing air in and then emulsifying it into a nice smooth mixture. All right, so there you go, the Kansas City barbecue. I'm going to let this simmer a little more and then maybe blend it up a little bit more to make mine smooth and delicious. And I am going to put this on some shredded chicken I have left over. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Remember, barbecue can go on any type of meat, from beef to pork to chicken. And we are cooking our way across America with the Kansas City barbecue sauce. I'll see you next time. Thanks.